Hey guys! I totally put my hand right in your face. How are y'all? In case you didn't know, she is still Ash Ortega.
Is she still Michelle Santo?
And you are watching
The spookiness?
of it all. So glad you could join us. Hope you enjoy it. This is our YouTube channel.
Just thought you were being cute. I'm gonna get you off guard.
Hi guys! We are the Spooky Girls.
Mm-hmm.
This is our first official YouTube video, and we are going to simultaneously record for the podcast to upload. We are now on iHeartRadio.
Yes.
We are now on
Amazon?
Amazon Music.
Yeah.
We are now on Audible. So excited. And of course, you can always, as always, catch us on Spotify, which is what I'm doing now, getting our Spotify on. So today, this is going to be a weird thing because I have to,
Oh, I like that.
I got to scoot us over so I can read the notes because, I'm old AF.
No, I felt that.
And without the notes, I'm shit.
Also, excuse my face and my hair. I slept in. And it's, if you listen to the pod, Michelle be waking Ashley up all the time.
I did not wake you up today, though.
No, I honestly woke up 2 minutes before you pulled up, and I was like, I'm going to have a cigarette, and then I know she's going to pull up.
Scared the shit out of me. Literally scared the shit out of me. Because she says, she texted me. Our plan was for me to be here at 9 a.m. She texted me at, I don't even know what time in the middle of the night and said, can you come at 10 and maybe instead? Cool. I had some other things I had to do this morning. I got here a little early, 9:45. I was just going to sit in the truck and be considerate and let you sleep until 10.
You could have just come in.
And so I'm sitting there doing this on my phone. This one on the window scared the piss out of me.
No, I was flipping you off.
You banged the window with your
You
flips.
didn't see my flippies?
I saw the
I
flips.
was trying to make you laugh with my flippy. A good flip off,
A good flip off,
Yeah.
and that's how we're going to start the pod. A good flip off.
A good flip off.
Good morning.
Hello.
We got to say it together.
Hi, bitches.
Hi. You didn't wait for me.
I'm so excited.
Hi, bitches. Guys, we're together in the same place at the same time for the second time in our entire podcasting career.
True story.
True story. So the audio is going to sound a lot better. We are also simultaneously recording for YouTube. So hopefully, all fingers crossed, we'll have our YouTube up today. Like I already mentioned to the folks on YouTube, but now I'm going to tell the folks that are listening to the pod, you can now hear us not only on Spotify and Spotify for podcasters, but you can also catch us on iHeartRadio. You can catch us on where else, Elsley?
Might as well pause it. We'll have to start the video over. Hello.
Listen, Linda.
I take care of everybody. And my grandpa-in-law is, I'm like a translator because I speak grandpa. And, I do. Because he can hear anything from anybody else and just be so cranky and not wanting to listen. But when I cut through the bullshit and I tell him how it is, and then he's like, okay. And so I am the grandpa translator. So husband calls, and grandpa's truck is in the shop, and grandpa is going to need to have that Band-Aid ripped off about how much it's going to be because it's on its last leg, and it's going to be over $1,000. And I have to go speak grandpa to him because we know that he will just get all like, and then he'll be fine. But he's so not intimidating. Big teddy bear. He's a crotchety, cranky little old man. He reminds me of the grandpa from, what's that show with the dog? It's a cartoon with the dog, and the dog goes into scary stories all the time. Courage, Cowardly Dog. It reminds me of him. Sweet guy.
Never heard of that before in my life.
Watch Courage, Cowardly Dog. It's like Doctor Who meets The Simpsons. It's alright.
Again, our inaugural YouTube, so not only are we in the same place at the same time, which is extremely odd and rare, we are recording our inaugural YouTube. Like I was just getting ready to tell the listeners, the listeners, not the looker listeners, we are now available for listening on Audible.
And Amazon, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazon Music.
Yeah.
And iHeartRadio.
Which, yeah, that's pretty badass. That's pretty badass.
So, we also are probably going to try to get on a few other platforms. I really hate to disappoint you guys, but neither of us are iPhone people, and so I don't know that it's going to wind up on Apple Podcast, Apple Music,
Listen.
Apple iTunes, whatever.
I'm not about that life. I'm just not.
Well,
I like
they're so
my
crotchety. They make you
Android.
They make you manually upload your feed every time you have a new podcast. I'm not about that life. I got too much shit to do.
I prefer a solid Android. Like, Androids don't degenerate. I have phones in my dresser from 10 years ago that still work perfectly fine. But you give me an iPod from 10 years ago, or an iPhone, and it's not going to work.
No. Also, for those that can actually see us, be impressed because I am not in 3-day-old pajamas, and I took a shower and made my hair and made my makeup. So today we are going to start our much touted, much anticipated Dark Disney series.
Yeah, we're going to ease it in. We're going to slip it in nice and slow for you.
Yeah. Today so tentatively, because this could actually, as much information as there is, it could actually wind up stretching out further than 4 episodes that we have planned. But tentatively, we have 4 episodes planned. Today's episode, which is kind of just giving you rando, commando, weirdo, strange facts. Tomorrow's episode will be stories from cast members. They call themselves cast members, not employees.
Which is so strange.
Oh, hi. Guess who else forgot to turn off their shit?
Yeah. Hey, listen, we're very prepared.
Always.
We're professionals.
Always.
We know what we're doing.
Never. Day 3 is going to be really fun. It's going to be...
It's the fucking Zelda theme.
Yeah,
yes.
That's my text message.
I love it. I'm sorry.
Day 3 is going to be... Ash and I have made up 10 questions apiece, so it's going to be 20 questions. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be the Dark Disney
Would
theme.
You rather, right?
Would you rather? Yes. So that'll be kind of like, to borrow from another podcast that I love to listen to, The Morbid Girls, they say they'll give you a palate cleanser. So we're going to hit you with some weird shit today. Tomorrow's going to be like, okay, well now here's some stories from people that used to work there. Holy shit. Here's a palate cleanser. And then day 4 is going to be creepypasta.
Hell yeah.
Day 4 is going to be creepypastas. With the creepypasta, it's not going to be us in our own words. We're going to take a place out of every other YouTuber on the planet's book. We're just going to fucking read you creepypastas.
Felt that.
So, and like I said, there's so much information, it may actually go into more beyond that. But this is our tentative to start off with. We've got at least 4 episodes for Dark Disney planned. So, let's jump in. Let's just wade right into this scary-ass, scummy, blackwater swimming pool. What do you think?
And suspicious dishwater. Yes.
Suspicious Liquid.
Suspicious Liquid.
I keep telling you, I always wanted to name a band Suspicious Liquid. Okay, so Walt Disney, it is quoted a lot. I've heard it on a lot of YouTube channels. I've heard it in a lot of different places. Walt Disney was famous for saying, and I don't know the exact quote, so I didn't write it down, and I'm old AF, so just bear with me. Walt is famous for saying, something, 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 something. No, he, I don't remember the exact quote, but it roughly says, let's don't forget all this shit was started by a mouse.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, though, okay? Let's talk about Oswald the Lucky Rabbit.
Yeah.
Oswald was Mickey before Mickey was Mickey. But they wound up losing the rights to Oswald, so then they just drew Mickey. And I'm like, how was it all started by a mouse if you actually started it with a fucking rabbit? And if you ever see the pictures of Oswald, it's disturbing how similar Mickey looks to him.
Well, and it's ironic. I learned about Oswald about 5 years ago. I watch Lauren Gardner, I think it is, on YouTube. Love her. She doesn't post as much anymore, but she used to vlog her trips to Disney and her cute little Christmas family things. I loved her energy. She was adorable. But her dad, for Halloween, was Oswald the rabbit, and she actually explained the history on that, and I thought that was quite interesting. And she's feral. Just ignore her. This is her morning love cuddle. She just likes to try and
She tried to eat me. She tried to eat me.
Yeah, but only because I told her to slap my leg, and like I was just like,
well, you want to see? Watch this. You ready? You ready? I didn't even get to do it. She can only gum me, though, so I'm not real worried about it.
It's not that you're old. Oh, no, you're not.
I should have brought Gus for a play date.
I know, they would have been cute. But look at them.
She would just beat Gus's ass. So, here's a fun little fact. In the parks, you probably won't notice it. You probably won't. But in the parks, the things that they don't want you to notice, they paint this weird mixture of gray, blue, and green called go away green.
Yeah.
And it is something about scientifically proven that this color just makes you ignore the fuck out of it.
Isn't that weird?
It's weird.
Well, it's weird that the amount of the mental manipulation, the extent that they go to.
Dude.
Even fire hydrants.
Even fire hydrants.
Like doors, fire hydrants.
Oh yeah.
Light switches.
Anything they don't want you to see, anything that's going to detract from the magic, go away green.
I would actually genuinely like to go just to look for green shit.
Well, that's a fun thing you can do in the parks. They have hidden Mickeys everywhere.
Do they really?
You didn't know that?
I've never been. I grew up poor.
But in all of the lore and everything, you never knew about the hidden Mickeys?
I've been to the fair 3 times in my life, and I've been to Six Flags once. Like, I have not lived. Not a lot.
Last time I went to Six, never mind.
Was it back? Was there a 1 in front of the year?
No, actually, it was 20. When did I marry that asshole?
Oh,
2016.
Shitbag? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2016 because we went for our honeymoon.
Oh.
After I went down Jacob's ladder to meet him at the bottom. I didn't think going down the ladder would be a bad thing.
I'm surprised you made it down without busting your ass. I can't make it down without busting my ass.
So, my thighs were like, bitch, we hate you. And have you ever been to see? You have. You've been to see. How many stairs do you have to climb to get on a ride?
Oh, yeah.
Every fucking ride.
Yeah.
Every ride. Our hotel room, 2nd floor. No elevator. He said, you want to consummate the marriage? I said, you want to go get back? It hurts.
Just shut up and give me an ice pack. Let me take a nap. It's supposed to be fun. I'll consummate tomorrow morning. I need an ibuprofen.
Tell you what, I'm just going to lay here on my side. Whatever happens, happens. But I ain't moving.
I'll tell you, my wedding night, true story. There was no consummation either. We had put the whole wedding together.
Boy, did this go downhill in a fast hurry.
We know how we are. But, oh, look, a squirrel. But no, literally, my husband, everybody was leaving, and I looked at my husband, because my sister-in-law was like, you guys are going to have a good time tonight. And I looked at him, and he looked at me, and we speak each other's language. And I was like, I'm fucking tired. I'm ready for bed, like sleep bed. And he goes, felt that, and we were like, fist bump. And we're like, yeah, we'll consummate later. Like, screw this shit. We're going to bed. And we did. We just went to sleep.
I'm just glad that we don't live in Victorian England.
No, why?
Because they used to accompany you to the bedroom.
Oh, to make sure you consummated.
To make sure you consummated.
Yeah, I'm really glad too, because that would be weird. They'd be like,
yeah,
what is this ball gag? What do you need that for?
Back on Disney. I can't with you.
I'm sorry. That's just jokes for days. You can't wake me up this early and expect me to behave myself.
Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, as I'm laughing, it's doing this because it's literally balanced on my leg. Because
We probably need a la table. I need to get a table.
you know. Oh, Indiana Jones. You like Indiana Jones?
I do.
Did you watch the movies?
I love me some Harrison Ford even now, like a fine wine.
He's on that old man list.
Oh, he is on a bucket list for sure.
He is on an old man list.
Yes.
Hell to
Him
yes.
and Sam Elliott.
Look, I want Sam Elliott to stand in the corner and just talk.
Oh, dude, all day. Narrate me. I don't want Morgan Freeman.
Oh.
Give me Sam Elliott.
So anyway, at the parks, there is an Indiana Jones rope display.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this rope, and it just goes down in this hole. Right above the rope, and it says, "Do not pull the rope." But the knot is scratched out, so if you pull the rope, you get sound bites from the movie.
Nice.
Nice. I thought that's not creepy. That's not dark. It's just funny.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. If I go, do you know what that is?
Shaking the computer.
Oh yeah, it's shaking the computer, but it's SOS.
Yeah, it's Morse code.
Morse code.
Yeah.
You know that Morse code? They play Morse code in the in Lord. I'm looking at the damn notes and can't even get the words out. What did that thing? The train station in the New Orleans Square. They play Morse code in the train station.
Does anybody know that they're playing Morse code?
Probably not, because nobody knows what the fuck Morse code is anymore. We don't use it.
Are we old?
We might be.
They
But,
taught us that in 3rd grade.
Yeah. Well, hell, you know what taught me SOS?
Hmm.
You don't remember the dishwasher commercial?
Yes, I do. With the little yellow box with the lemons on it.
Yes, and all of the silverware's jumping up and down.
I do remember that.
That's what taught me SOS. Yeah, most people don't even know what the hell Morse code is, but it's kind of a weird little tidbit. They still do it. And what they're typing out in Morse code is the first 2 sentences of Walt's speech when they first opened the parks.
Oh, wow.
So, a
I
little
do
bit
like
of
that.
nostalgia.
That's cute.
A little bit of nostalgia. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to turn a little corner.
Let's turn the corner. I see the notes. Let's turn that corner. Because you know how I feel about Disney.
They groom young peoples from a very early age to be pop stars to make them more money. It's not about you're very talented and we want to see you go far. It's about you're very talented and you can earn us a shit ton of money. And how this works is basically they pick a kid at random from whatever the Mickey Mouse Club kid. They go, that one looks good. You, come here, sing for me. Okay, cool. We're going to make you a pop star. Then they take this kid, and I mean, perfect example, Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
You know, they took Miley, looked at her personality, built a whole ass TV show around her. First or second episode in, they have her sing. Then a week or 2 later, out comes her first whole ass album. And that's what they do. It is a successful, time and time again proven track record that's how they make pop stars. And it's not because we think you're so talented. It's because we think you're going to make us a boatload of money.
Well, and I genuinely think that's why she, first of all, she can't sing. I said what I said.
Well, she can.
I don't like her voice. It bothers me and my soul.
Have you ever heard? Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which? Did we stroke?
There's a song called Lilac Wine. Have you ever heard her do this song, Lilac Wine? Jesus, Mary and Joseph. This is so it pisses me off because I'm sitting here listening to her sing this song, and I'm going, you can sing like that, and yet you turn out shit like Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, no, it's her tone. It's her. She's very nasally, and it kills me. And I don't. I'm not a fan, but I understand why she went off the hinges. She had to be so inappropriate and so vulgar and so disgusting. If you remember that VMA Awards when she was all doing the weird no butt twerking and the tongue thing, I was like, what happened to Miley? But as an adult now, I understand, okay, she had to get out. she wanted out, and the
Yeah.
only way she was gonna get out is if she broke cardinal rules
Right.
from
and,
Disney.
And she had, to me, Miley she's kind of a standout case because she not only had pressure from Disney, but she had pressure because she had
Her
her
dad.
famous dad, you
Yeah.
know. So it's okay, now we got to live up to Disney standards, but you know, we also were walking in the shadow of Billy Ray, and yeah, she had to break out from that.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. So that's pretty sickening what they do. But speaking of kids, I love y'all. My mouse, like I barely move it, and it moves like half my notes. So, excuse me while I find where I was. Yeah. So, speaking of kids movies, we know that Disney is big about kids movies. This one I'm kind of on the fence about. I have theories, but subliminal messages. You told me once you owned all the movies that had the subliminal messages.
I did.
We know that there was a penis in the trophy or whatever on the Little Mermaid, or not the trophy, the Crown, whatever. Yeah. There was a penis in there. We know that, you know, there was the word sex when Simba flops down and the dust floofs up.
We found those. The one that, and my mom's group of friends were all looking for. We used to buy bootleg recordings from the flea market for $1. We did, okay, I
ain't judging.
We would go and get the bootleg recordings, and my mom was like,
You're the
"Let's put them
person.
in."
You're the person with the 75-pound Mary Poppins purse,
Mm-hmm.
going in the movie theater to not have to buy, you know, $10 for a bag of popcorn.
Dead ass. The movie starts here. I give zero fucks. But no, my mom was like, well, let's just see if we have it, because it was all over the news. I mean, all over. In the 90s, it was a big deal. And so we turned it up as loud as we get it. We had one of those, these new kids won't know what I'm talking about, but you know, the real tall speaker systems where it had all the little knobs and doodads. We had one of those. So we hooked it up to the TV, and we're sitting there in the living room, and we turned up Aladdin in the right part where it said in the newspaper to turn it up. And you hear Aladdin going, good kitty, good kitty. He's telling Raja to calm down on the balcony. And all of a sudden when he says good, in the background you hear, good teenagers take off their clothes. And my mom was like, what the? And she grabbed the video, tossed that shit.
That's the first time I've heard that.
Yeah, and he does. It says, good teenagers take off their clothes. And the way they said it, it was very, you have to turn it all the way up and play it back and listen by the speaker. But yeah.
Wow. I knew about the full frontal when, you know, in
Oh yeah, in the Rescuers.
the Rescuers when they go flying by,
Yeah,
and she's fully in the.
there's a lady I think getting dressed in a parlor or something. After you told me about it the other day, I went and looked and zoomed in and I saw it. It's there.
Yeah.
Dee Dee's. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Did you lose your place?
No, I'm trying to segue into doing that because I don't remember writing that. Oh, there was a movie. This is just another random fact, kind of going away from kids. We'll get back to that in a minute. There's a movie called Escape from Tomorrow, and it was made completely inside the park without permission, and no one knew. And it backfired from giving the makers clout because Disney was like, meh, okay, whatever, we don't care.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that. I'm gonna have to find it.
In Japan, there was a Disney rip-off park called Nara Dreamland. 45 fucking years. They were open for 40. I've got to quit saying that word. I'm sorry, tube. 45 years they were open, and then one day it was like,
and they dipped out. They dipped out quick.
yeah, it was like Croatoan. There was just like no damn body there, nothing left.
Like
They were just gone.
I watch Exploring with Josh. Highly recommend. I love Exploring with Josh. Steve Ronan as well. Like, they're really good explorers because they don't vandalize. They just document and they move on. They're very talented young men. And Exploring with Josh, they go in there, and um, I'm telling you, it looked like people stopped mid-play.
Yeah.
Like mid-play, like there were still food items left out. It was really very Croatoan-y.
I have a theory on that.
What?
I think that Disney finally got wind of them, and they were like, "Oh shit, we gotta go before we get sued."
Yeah, and I want to say, I can't remember because I have liver brain, but if you look, Exploring with Josh, that episode, he goes into the detail. What? What?
You said liver brain.
I have liver brain.
What went in
I'm
my
forgetful.
What ran through my screaming through my head was liverwurst.
No, I have the liver
Yeah,
brain.
I think that's what it was. I think that they just knew that Disney had found out, and Disney will sue you, which is kind of why we were kind of surprised about the okay movie, because Disney will sue you at the drop of a hat. Disney has actually nearly sued several preschools just for having life-size character likenesses painted on the wall.
True story. True story. And I'll say it because they tore it down. They tore it down. I
Oh.
missed it. Kendrick Elementary. They tore it down. Y'all know we was from this town in Texas when we were kids. We both grew up the same town. But it was Kendrick Elementary, and the entire front foyer, all across the top, was Snow White, Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh. And then, what was it? Cinderella. Like, all the murals. And they tore it down, and I really wanted to go one last time before they mowed it. But, yeah, they did, so I can vouch for that. But they didn't get sued. They had it for, 40 years. It was still like that whenever...
Well, that's why they tore it down. Croton.
Yeah.
The United States, here's one that I find absolutely hysterical, especially considering we have talked about the fact that Disney was a Nazi sympathizer. We talked about that in a prior episode.
Yeah.
The United States government employed Walt Disney to make World War II propaganda, animations, and educational videos. Guys, you can watch these on YouTube. Some of them are called Education for Death, Commando Duck, and Donald Gets Drafted. If you want to check those out.
Yeah.
I have not yet checked those out. I was going to do that in preparation for this episode, but...
I saw the Donald Gets Drafted one.
Did you?
It was very weird. And it was... How can you try and make war wholesome?
Because it's Disney.
It's I'm gonna have to use the word. It's fucked up. War's not wholesome.
Well, that's it is what it is. Did you know this one's going to gross you out because the germs of it all?
Yeah.
Until 2001, cast members who were in the entertainment and they were wearing costumes, they had to wear specific underwear. Disney approved underwear, because if you wore your own drawers, it might show through the costume and ruin the magic. So you would think that they would go, these are the underwears that you have to buy, come up with your own underwears, but no, they wound up having communal underwear.
No.
And in 2001 they stopped it because too many people were not properly laundering the underwear, if laundering at all, and too many people were coming up with too many mysterious itches,
cauliflower growths,
blue
something
waffles.
that rhymes with burpees. Eat the herbs.
So yeah,
But true story, just fun retail fact. If we're gonna go there, let's go there, because this is a PSA for everybody.
yes, I can tell you right now, we are not going to get through this in an hour. This is going to be a 2-hour day,
That's okay.
at least.
So, here's my retail fact, though. This is a PSA. Help me with my PSA. You have no idea who tries on those clothes before you try them on at the store.
No,
And
you
I
don't.
can tell you, there's homeless people there's one in particular that I know has genital warts that goes into a certain store and tries them on.
Oh shit! You'd think the after the last time I'd remember to turn that thing off.
If you read about genital warts, you read how they're transmissible by physical touch and herpes, all the things. I will not try on clothes at the store because I know better. I work retail. I wash that shit. I wash it before I even get it home. Like, before I try it on, I wash it. And if it don't fit, it just don't fit. Because you just don't know. And so I instruct my staff when we have shorts, because our store does really shorty shorts.
If you dare wear shorts.
Ugh. I don't let them touch the crotches. Fold at the waistband, put it down. Because the herpes of it all. And it's really a thing. And I don't think people, when I watch these YouTube videos of these girls thrift hacking, and they just try on whatever and wear it for the day, and I'm like, because you just don't know what's on the cuckoo. Mm-mm.
There's a dog there, y'all. I totally was not playing with her boobs.
She was.
What's that? Yeah. Mm.
But that's our PSA, because, yeah, they all got herpes. I mean, they didn't get herpes. They probably got herpes. But crabs is the thing. They could have gotten the crabs.
There's this product. I'm going to throw my pie out there right now. There's this product. It's called Laundry. It's Lysol Laundry Sanitizer. Buy it. Use it.
Mm-hmm.
It is your friend. Anyway,
Because crabs.
because nobody likes to eat at Joe's Crab Shack. I'm just saying.
Yeah. For sure.
See,
See, we're good Samaritans.
hell yeah, we are.
We're for the people.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Did you know that racism and sexism have run rampant through the Disney? I mean, we're not even going to talk about Brer or nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
In 1938, a young lady named Mary Ford turned in an application to be an animation apprentice, and she was given a rejection letter. I'm not going to tell you word for word. I'm just going to paraphrase it. Basically, they said, kick rocks. They said, we only employ women for a few positions, and those are already filled, so kick rocks.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Like their original cartoons, how they portray African Americans and Hispanics is really cringy. There's so many reasons why I never could get on the Disney bandwagon. That was one of them.
Well, did you know that nobody dies at Disney?
Yes. You need to tell about that one.
Nobody dies at Disney. It doesn't matter. True story, there was a young man, I'm not going to name his name. If you really want to know, if you're really interested in the gory details, you can go Google it. But he was riding Big Thunder Mountain at Disneyland, and the Big Thunder Mountain looks like a train. It's got the caboose, not the caboose, the engine, and then all the little cars. And the little cars are the roller coaster cars. So, from what I understand, the engine derailed, and it wound up landing on this other car, and this young man was in it. It crushed him and killed him. He was not pronounced dead at Disney. If something happens to you, they will not pronounce you dead at Disney. Nobody dies at Disney. They will drag your lifeless body, lay you flat, and perform CPR on you, flogging your body until you are out of the park, and then you can be pronounced dead.
That's rough. That's awful.
Nobody dies at Disney. That some things I don't think they can't get around. It's later in my notes, but I'm going to go ahead and I'll talk about it later in my notes. It's fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just cannot get around it, but nobody dies at Disney. They're going to perform CPR on you. You could have been dead an hour.
Yeah.
And they're still going to be pumping your chest until they can get you on a stretcher, out the front gates, and on an ambo, because nobody dies at Disney. It's probably
freaky.
why there are so many freaking ghosts in the parks.
You know what? Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is one of our episodes later. That's what my research was in. Spooky.
Yeah. But that young man that passed away, I'm not going to talk about his name or nothing like that, but that happened in 2003 at Disneyland. And If you really need to know the specifics, if you are really that grizzly, go ahead. Adams, go look. Get it, Grizzly Adams.
I got you.
Yeah. That wasn't a Disney movie or a Disney show, I don't think.
No, it's actually one of my husband's favorite movies.
I love Grizzly Adams.
I do too.
He was hot.
Yeah, I would hit that. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
You ever notice that there's no moms in Disney movies? Well, hardly any Disney movies. There's not really any moms.
Yeah.
A couple of theories about that. Well, the first theory is, and it's not really a theory, it's fact. Most of the books, most of the original movies that Disney made came from the classics. And back then, in that time period, women died in childbirth more often than not. That's just what it was. So there just wasn't a whole lot of mamas around. So when these books were being written, there wasn't a lot of mamas written into it. Well, there were stepmamas.
Yeah, even one.
Cinderella.
Beaches.
Even. But, yeah. So here's the other theory. You're gonna like this.
Okay.
So Walter bought his mama a house, which is cool. I mean, everybody wants to buy their mama a house.
Yeah.
But I don't know how long she lived there, but after a while, she started complaining and pestering him to come do something about it because she kept smelling gas through the house. And finally, he sends over one of his Disney maintenance dudes to fix it. But dude did not fix the problem correctly. And mom asphyxiated and died. So I think maybe there's not a lot of moms in even the newer movies because maybe he felt pretty fucking guilty about his mama dying.
Well, not only that, but I mean, that guy totally got fired. Like, fired. like, fired. But also, I think they didn't have a lot of moms in them. Because the Brothers Grimm, they really tried to take as much as they could from the Brothers Grimm. I think, to an extent. There was not much mention in the Brothers Grimm either. So I think it really would go back to your historical theory.
Sorry about that face, because, old and had to move the leg, and the legs were like, beaches.
No, it's okay.
I am going to warn you right now. Trigger warning. If you're easily triggered or not so easily triggered, just understand. We're about to come upon some animal abuse, some child and sexual abuse. If you don't want to listen to that, fast forward or dip out.
Yeah, we didn't really want to find it either. It was just kind of when you delve down the dark Disney rabbit hole of like all the bad things at Disney, you find bad things. And neither one of us are very happy about what we found.
Right. So, be aware.
It's disturbing.
Yeah. Before we get into too much of that, I'm going to tell you what I alluded to a little bit earlier about death at Disney. There was a confirmed case of death. She was pronounced dead. July the 8th, 1974. Damn, did I not write her name down?
I think we decided not to. Because it was...
You can... The information's out there. If you really want to know, the information's out there. But there was a young lady who was in college, and she had started working at Disney. I think it was like her second or third day.
Mm-hmm.
She had just started work at Disney. She had just gotten engaged. In fact, that day before she went into the last show of the night, she called her folks to ask them if they would mind if she got married to her boyfriend. She was newly engaged, very beautiful young lady, by all accounts happy, upbeat, etc., etc., etc. So she was hired as a hostess. I thought this was the Carousel of Progress. Something else said it was a different attraction, but that's in that same, that uses that same thing. But anyway, the initial information that I had is a Carousel of Progress, which is why I have this written down. She's working, she was hired as a hostess, and you're supposed to stand on the left side of the stage. I don't know if you know how Carousel of Progress works, but the theater is stationary, but they have 6 stages, and they move. The stages rotate, hence carousel.
Yeah.
So sometime in that very last show, somehow she stepped back or I don't know. She wound up being crushed between the stationary wall and the stages as they were transitioning. And the people that were watching the show thought it was part of the show.
That's the sad part.
Her screams were... They thought that the screams were part of the show, and she wasn't initially helped.
They had to finish the show, right? Because they didn't have... It was 74. So they didn't have, like, stop losses or safety mechanisms. It just had to run its course. And there was no way to stop it.
So, this poor young lady met her untimely death. To this day.
Mm-hmm.
To this day, in that theater, young ladies who work that particular job can hear a female voice telling them, be careful.
Yeah, I bet.
So, yeah, nobody does at Disney. This is the one that that bothers me. I hate to say it bothers me more than the others, but it bothers me quite a bit. Guys, y'all hear me? I'm pretty sure I've said it on the pod before. I'm killing fucking lemmings again.
Yes.
I play that game all the time. Apparently, and I did not know this until I did this research, Disney is the one that created the myth about lemmings. I don't know if you know the myth about lemmings, but supposedly lemmings will follow each other to the death. Jump over cliffs and shit. If one goes, they all go.
Yeah.
In 1958, this is not true, by the way, that they will follow each other to their death. In 1958, Disney made a movie called White Wilderness. Within the movie, there is a segment in which it's a segment on the lemmings, and it's talking about their compulsion to commit suicide, i.e., this is the premise for the game that I still love to play.
Suicidal Lemmings.
Suicidal Lemmings.
Mm-hmm.
The myth caused like I said, it caused the popular game Lemmings. I still play it to this day. In fact, Ash will confirm that I bitch about killing lemons on the daily.
Yeah, at least 4 or 5 times a day.
Anyway, the problem is that the lemmings do not commit mass unalivedness, and never have. After a lot of cajoling and researching and basically putting screws to the thumbs, it was confirmed that the Disney filmmakers finally admitted to the fact that they themselves just threw the little animals off the cliff.
That bothers me.
A lot.
It's murder. Like, I don't care. It's a little animal. They threw it off.
Murder.
Fuckers. We like animals here. We like
Where
animals
are they?
more than we like people.
There are 11 animals living in my house.
Yeah. Love animals.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
If y'all wonder why I'm chewing a cough drop, it's because I'm allergic to cats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have 3.
That's nothing. I have 8!
Oh.
And I think Jessica's stuck in my room.
Jessica.
Jessica. Anyway, moving on. We could do a whole podcast just on Jessica. This one pisses me off. Since 2006, 35. 35. 35.
I can't even.
35 Disney employees have been arrested for sexual crimes involving kids, from trying to meet minors for sex to possession of child pornography. And out of those 35, 32 have been convicted.
Mm-mm.
Did they not do extensive background checks? I mean, these parks are centered around young children.
Yeah.
So why would the company not go out of its way to protect the very audience that they're appealing to? No, they just try to cover shit up.
That makes me sick because there's so many of these, what do they call them again, cast members that
Yeah.
are alone with your children, like when they do the Cinderella makeovers, when they do all the things, you know, like because you pay for these experiences, and
Yeah.
then what you're really paying for is not at all what you get. And it's very scary to think that this is supposed to be the happiest, safest place in the world, and it is one place. And I've told my husband this. I'm terrified to ever bring my child to, because of that. Because that's the scariest
I'm
thing
going
I've
to
ever
give
heard.
you the worst case. It's probably not the worst case, but it's the worst case that I could find in the context.
Oh, is it that one guy you were flipping out about?
2012,
Oh, yeah.
Disney Dream Cruise. A male employee, follows an 11-year-old girl into an elevator and does terrible, unspeakable things that we will not go into here. If you, like I said, if you want to know all the details, if you're that grizzly, hop on it, Adam. We ain't
Yeah.
talking about it here. Just the basics to let you understand what's going on. Even though there was cameras everywhere and substantial evidence against the employee, Disney waited an entire day to report the crime. And then later, even after the man frickin' admitted to molesting the child, Disney flew him back to his home country of India just to keep him from facing legal proceedings in the United States for his crime. I'm going to reiterate that for you.
Why?
Oh, hold on. I'm going to reiterate it for you. He did it. There was video evidence. He fucking admitted it, and he got away with it scot-free. And it makes you wonder, it makes you think that this is probably pretty common fodder within the wonderful world of Disney. If they they didn't even bat an eyeball. They're like, oh, well, here, go home. You're fine. It's okay. It didn't happen.
I think that's really fucked up. And it kind of makes you wonder, what is the process, the hiring process? I wish there was somebody that would go undercover and do like the hiring process.
Dude.
Because I would like to see where these loopholes are, and if this is supposed to be a safe place for children, then why is it not safe?
I mean, it's not even safe for people that work at Disney, because Disney Channel actors and actresses have come forth left and right about sexual abuse, but, you know, later they recant, or, you know, they don't want to talk about it, you know, and it's hush money, because Disney will go very, very far not to besmirch their perfect, wholesome image, and the pisser about it is they have the billions of fucking dollars to do it.
It's ridiculous. It's very reminiscent of Corey Feldman and the things that he has said.
Yeah.
I actually believe him. I know he's a cuckoo, but I believe him.
We're 46 minutes in, but the second segment of the first day is about to start. So what I'm going to do is go ahead, stop this segment here, and then we'll start again. Now, for those of you guys watching, you'll kind of get to see what goes on behind the scenes while we're doing this, because, you know, we talk mad shit and all this stuff. But so what I'm going to do is stop that, and then we add the background music. This is how the process works, guys.
This dog was trying to eat my hand the entire time.
I know, I saw her gumming you.
That's a mean little baby. Oh, you just went belly rub.
Disney Day 1, Segment 1. I have a hard time seeing,
That's right.
so I just talk to it, you know. And then we're going to go there. And then we have to wait. The reason it takes so long, now y'all are getting the behind the scenes, the reason it takes so long is because we have to wait for the music to attach to the audio file. So it takes a hot second. So we just usually sit here and kick it. Beat the dog. Beat the dog.
I have to give her the belly rubs. She's being so good today.
That's a good girl.
She's a good
Show
girl.
the camera. Show the camera the fat dog.
She's not fat. She's big boned.
No.
Big
No,
boned.
she's not.
You are big boned. Like, I'll just show you, like, you know.
This child has fat rolls on her fat rolls.
No. She's
See,
not
I
fat.
always talk about how Brother is not a dog. He's a pog, half pig, half dog.
Well, this one gets love and lots of.
So does Brother.
Well, brother gets love, but this one gets like.
Brother just
He gets daddy love. And
Brother
daddy spoils her so
cleans your face with his tongue.
much.
Takes all your makeup off.
Mm.
You know, that's why I quit wearing makeup when I was working with horses.
Because they lick it off.
Yeah, So-So thought it tasted delicious, apparently. And I'm like, thanks. I wanted horse slobber today. I would go home every day. I would have horse slobber. I would have horse snot. Of course, you cannot work around livestock and in pens and arenas without getting shit on your boots.
Gaga.
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 I used to smell really nice.
Yeah, but for Texas, I think that's a pretty normal smell.
I'm going to tell you right now, if they ever make a candle
It smells like horse.
that smells like horse, I'm down. I'm there. Y'all think horses don't smell good, but oh my God, horses have a very
I like
specific...
the way a horse stall smells.
Well, not even just the stall, but the horse itself. If you ever stick your nose to a horse.
I haven't gotten too close to a horse in a while.
Dude, that Palomino around the corner, if she ever come up missing, I didn't take her. But I thought about it.
Her name is Trixie.
She's beautiful.
She is beautiful.
She is a golden Palomino. A golden, but she is a Palomino.
She's beautiful.
So if she ever comes up missing, I didn't do it. I thought about it, but I did not do it.
She's 9 years old. I know her daddy. And they breed her, you know, and she makes little baby golden horses. And they're all beautiful. Everyone.
She's a brood mare.
She's beautiful. And my youngest
Is she preggers right now?
She's always pregnant. When she's home, she's pregnant. And then she disappears
There's
for
a pretty
month,
little
and then
paint
she
in that
comes
same... There's a pretty little paint in that same paddock.
back. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There was another horse, too. I think it might be black.
Shetland. There's a Shetland in there, too. They have a Shetland and
I'm going to tell you. Y'all, I don't know if y'all are horse people, if y'all are livestock people, or whatever. I'm going to tell you right now. This is the trick of the trade, what I've learned. The fewer hands a horse has, the meaner it is. People say, oh, I get my kid a pony. The shorter a horse is, the meaner that fucker is.
Oh, so you're telling me a Shetland is mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really. Everybody says Chihuahuas are mean, but they're pretty sweet.
Shit.
Look at her. Look at this punum.
What I see is a sausage with feet.
No.
Actually, I talk about Gus being a football with feet. She's more football shaped.
It's because, you know, we got her and she was so malnourished and so sick and all gross. Like, she was abused. And then like, my husband and I nursed her back to life and to health. And then she got spoiled. And now she likes to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner served to her.
Well, okay, true story. Roommate, do you know why brother has fat rolls on fat rolls on fat rolls?
Mm-hmm.
Because not long after roommate adopted brother and his brother. His real name is Axe. Isn't that cool?
It is cute.
I have Axe and Zildjian, a.k.a. Zeke, so I have boxers from A to Z. Anyway, not long after roommate adopted him and his brother, Axe got out. And he was gone. He was gone for 3 months, and somebody, after 3 months, animal control found him and called roommate, and roommate went and picked him up, and he was skinny, malnourished. Probably they had been using him for fights. And he's so sweethearted. Like, I don't know how they would have made him fight.
That's why they turned him back loose, because he's so sweethearted. And lucky he's still alive.
And that's why roommate spoils the absolute dog shit out of him, because he had that little 3-month period of being mistreated and malnourished. Okay, now everything's ready. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna poke the button for our second segment. Alright, and we're back with our second segment. Those of you watching did not have to wait. Y'all got to all of the behind the scenes footage. The reason, like, today is just going to be kind of long because I have notes on notes on notes. So I wanted to kind of break there, and then I lost my place because I was playing with the notes. Here we go. So, more fun facts that are kind of not that great. They don't shine a good light on certain things. Cast members, the reason they call them cast members is because all of the parks are a stage.
Right.
That's why they call them cast members. Cast members are required to ride the rides after dark, and they talk about some of the rides being haunted.
Mm-hmm.
And humorously enough, it's not Haunted Mansion that gets called out the most. It's A Small World.
So weird.
I've ridden A Small World. You want to talk about an earworm?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. For the rest of forever. Hate it. Anyway, yeah, so they talk about seeing animatronics move and blink long after they are turned off and unplugged for the night.
I'm listening. She's be a weird. I have a phobia. Oh,
Yeah. It's ghosts, goblins, ghouls. It's a small world.
well, animatronics winking and stuff. I mean,
This one is pretty well known, but I felt like you have to include it. So when Walt was alive, he had an apartment in the parks. It was in the fire station. Above the fire station, there's a small apartment, and whenever he was in the parks, they always had the lamp on in the light in the window to let everybody in the park know, hey, Walt's here. We better not be fucking
best
around.
behavior.
Yeah, Daddy's here. Daddy's home. We have to behave. So the story goes that the young lady was in there cleaning, and she noticed that the lamp was on. And this was after Walt passed away. She noticed the lamp was on. She's like, can't have that. Click, turned it off. Turned around, started doing more cleaning. She gets done with her cleaning or whatever, turns around, the lamp's back on. Like, most of us would have been like, nope. I
Yeah.
wouldn't have, because I'm just like, you know me.
Mm-hmm.
But you would have noped the fuck out of there.
I would have noped. It would have been a hard noping.
Hard.
Hard noping. Hard.
Hard.
Hard. Hard.
Pirate hired.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so what does she do? She turns the lamp back off. It turns itself back on. She's like, oh, yeah, okay, whatever. And now the lamp stays on all the time to remind everybody that Walt is still there looking down on his baby.
That's really freaky.
You like that, do you? Yeah. That's pretty well known. That's a pretty well, I mean, and you went into a lot of Ghost of Disney. You saw a video that I have not seen. I have not gotten into. That's why I say we might even have more episodes, because there's still stuff I haven't scratched.
I think we will. I've seen, so I've been looking into CCTV footage.
Shut the front door. I love it.
And I spent the other night before bed about an hour and a half just watching some pretty unexplainable things.
I love it.
It's very interesting, but I don't spoil it. No spoilers.
No spoilers.
None.
Do you know that a Disney employee came across a box chained to a lamp pole one time?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. What? So protocol is, oh shit, maybe we better get the place cleared out, get the bomb squad in here. And so that's what he did. He's quick acting, jumped up, ran over there, hey,
Right.
wasn't a bomb.
What was it?
Some rando commando family just decided that they didn't want to carry their lunch around, so they chained it to a pole.
And Ratchet.
It must have been at the Bellmead one.
If you're a Texan, you're laughing hard right now.
Oh, God. Oh, here's another good one. These are kind of getting into employee stories, but, like, I'm going to go deep diving into employee stuff later. But there's one employee that was getting ready to open the Haunted Mansion ride up one morning, and he heard music coming from the seance room.
Nope. Nope.
So, instead of, I don't know, maybe grabbing your sage and your salt and Dean Winchester and the shit out of that booger,
Mm-hmm.
he just went and bought a stereo and brought it in, set it up to drown out the music.
I felt that. I actually felt that. I used to clean a former mental hospital that became an office building for the local hospital, and it was haunted AF, and I also had to make money because I have an aversion for electricity and food, and so I was like, okay, well, Rammstein it is. And I would put on Rammstein as loud as I could so I wouldn't hear typing and laughing and somebody running through the halls. So good for him for being a trooper.
That's how I came to love the song Loverman from Metallica. I told you I used to
Yeah.
clean that
Yeah.
one office.
To Lover Man.
Put these little fellers on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah, there's a devil. No, there's not. So, a staff member discovered a man in a Disney hotel who had unalived himself. The windows. This one I'm just like. Until they could get EMS there to take him out and the police there to do their investigation, all that, they just shut all the windows and closed all the blinds and shut the door. Had the please pardon our dust signs.
Mm-mm.
And then
Mm-mm.
they were like, "Oh, we're having a impromptu princess experience over here to there's no such thing as aliens. Now we're gonna go to war. Oh, look, aliens! Distraction.
Exactly, yes.
Distraction. So, so they did a distraction of an impromptu get together, meet and greet with the princesses or whatever, and to keep the guests from seeing the cops and the dead body.
Nice. I meant sad.
Yeah.
Very sad.
On the Jungle Cruise one time,
Mm-hmm.
there was a lady, and she flipped her nut and started going off on the dude in front of her, screaming, hollering, and all this shit. Captain of the boat turns around, and he's like trying to get her to calm down. He had to fire off 4 warning shots for the other boats to let them know that he was going back to shore. Took them forever to get the 2 folks apart. Got them off the boat. Come to find out, this heifer was a schizo, and she didn't take her meds that day.
Mm-mm. I had a schizo try to kill me once. It's a true story. I was driving, and it was the first time I was driving alone in my car. And I had a Cavalier, and she was bitching. Her name was Miss Kitty, because she's covering Hello Kitty stickers. And this guy,
What color was she?
white.
Lena had a blue Cavalier.
Nice.
She was a hatchback.
Mine wasn't. It was ghetto. You had to crawl in through the side. It was bad. Also, it smoked more than I do now. But it was a car. And I was leaving the highway, exited fine. I'm leaving like this. This other guy's merging from his field this way. We end up next to each other at the stoplight. This guy pulls out a knife and starts threatening to kill me and acts like he had a gun, like he was trying to like dig for a gun. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Did you just swirly that knife?
Yes, that's what it's like. But inside joke, you just don't even get there. They're gonna demonetize us before we could ever be monetized. Stop.
Nobody knew what a swirly was.
I know. But he was speeding up then, and I went down a one-way so he wouldn't fuck with me. The dude tried to run me off the road on a one-way, and he tried to wreck my car. He was holding up a knife, telling me to pull over so he can slit my throat, and all the things.
I'd have been like, okay, I'm going to pull over right in the police station.
Yeah, well, I actually did one better. My Faja is law enforcement, and he was actually doing training right around the corner, and I drove right to where Faja was.
I love Papa Ortega.
I know. And I pulled into there, and I called him, and I'm like, there's some crazy guys. So my dad, in dad mode, comes out, and he's in his uniform, and the dude speeds off, but I was able to get the dude's plates and stuff, because when you're the child of a cop, you learn things. Full description, all the things. Called local law enforcement, because my father wasn't local law enforcement, he was law enforcement for a different part of the county. And local law enforcement knew exactly who it was, and they were like, oh, it's so-and-so, and he's off his meds again. He's schizophrenic. And I'm like, what? And they were like, yeah, so sometimes, and he was so chill about it. He was like, sometimes, you know, he threatens to kill people, but he's never actually done it. and they let him go
Because he's
off
never
his
actually
meds.
done it, and he's off his meds.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I was terrified, and he tried to run me off the
I
road.
just realized what it was.
What?
They say that preachers' kids are the worst of the lot, but they are not. Cops' kids are the worst of the lot.
We are pretty bad.
I figured it out.
Because when you're a teenager and you're getting in trouble, and one of your dad's friends is the one that pulls you over, and your dad's friend is like, I'm not going to fuck with this. Like, I'm going to give you a ride home, and you're going to be a good girl, because I am not going to be the one to arrest his kid. Okay. And then they'll take me home, and they'll yell at me. And then I'll be
fighting for a cough drop.
No, you're good. And then I'll be a good girl.
Y'all, I'm really not sick. I have frickin' allergies. I have 8 cats.
Yeah, no, I believe you.
But
But if I get sick, it's your fault.
you're already sick.
Now, liver sick, that's totally different.
You're not yellow.
Oh, thank you.
You're brown.
Thank you.
Here's one that'll amuse the shit out of you.
Well,
So, dude finds out old lady's cheating.
mm-hmm.
So, takes the fam bam to Disney. Books a yum yum fest in Cinderella's castle. Waits until dinner's on the table and announces, I know you've been cheating. I'm taking the kids and leaving you. And he picks up, grabs the kids, and leaves.
Maybe he doesn't let them finish.
I don't think he did.
That's real shitty.
I'm a fat kid. I'd have been mad as hell you took me away from my steak.
I'd have been like, let me stay with Mama.
Can I at least finish my tater tots, Dad?
Yeah.
Something.
I would be upset. Well, here's my thing. That's really shitty if you bring your kids into it. If you bring your kids into it, I think that's a whole another level of shitbag. That
Yeah.
because it's an adult issue. Like divorce is divorce. It's
Yeah.
not the kid's fault. And so now that's a future therapy bill, and they didn't get to have the num-noms.
Already. You want another shit bag?
Yeah, give me shitbags.
This shitbag took his... First of all, I did not know you could take your dog in the park, but this shitbag took his dog into the park. I'm assuming it had to be a small dog. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Gets mad because he can't take said animal on rides. So instead of leaving, do you know what this shitbag does?
What?
Rents a locker and sticks a dog in it.
There's no air in those. Not enough. Could you imagine something? Well, she wouldn't fit in a locker. Let's be real. But
She would.
no, she's kind of chunk.
Listen, if my purse will go in a locker, that dog will go in a locker. That dog will go in my purse.
It's a first dog.
I really have the really super cute cow bag. She'd go right in it.
You love this dog, don't you?
I hate that dog.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like dogs.
I call bullshit.
I like real dogs.
This is a real dog.
No, that's a dogette.
She weighs as much as brother.
No. It weighs as much as one of brother's paws.
Did I take our big dog?
So, a girl, you don't like this one. A girl comes into the park in her best Snow White cosplay. Proceeds to get drunk as a skunk. And pretend that she is the Snow White on duty.
Nice.
Taking pictures and signing autographs.
Nice.
She was asked to leave.
I bet she went to Mickey jail.
We don't talk about Mickey
I'm
Jail.
not talking Mickey jail never happened.
People, we've talked about this several times, but it's just that weird fact. People like to bring dead Aunt Griselda into the park, and they sneak them in weird ways. Pill bottles.
All Shawshank Redemption, hole in a pocket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's Dougie.
And they like to scatter the ashes around the park. Here's the thing. Number one, there are cameras everywhere. They know what you're doing. They see you, and you're going to get caught. Number two, if you do manage to spill the ashes, your dead loved one is just going to get dust busted.
Hoovered.
And number three, now you have contaminated your favorite ride or their favorite ride or whatever with biohazard. So
Yeah.
you have pissed off the whole damn world.
Well, not only that, also, but it's a charge. It's a felony charge too, because you get charged for what is it? Tampering with a body, or illegally dumping of a body. I don't know. It's like one of those little technical terms.
See, I don't know how they can be illegally dumping of a body, because you're allowed to like go spread their ashes under a tree or in the ocean or
nature. But when you're just dumping that shit all willy nilly everywhere, and then what if that person had an incurable disease that which I'm sure the fire would kill, but at the same time, what if it didn't?
What if it's COVID?
What if it's a COVID?
Paxlovid.
Fucking stupid. Stupid.
I waited all day for that one. So here's the thing. Spread Griselda's ashes. Get caught. They are going to... It depends on where you spread it. If you spread it in... A lot of people like to go to the Haunted Mansion. If you spread it... You've just shut down that ride because biohazard.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that's been waiting in that line for an hour is now pissed off because now the ride is closed. So they're pissed off at you. They're going to beat you with a piece of soap and a sock.
Yeah.
The Disney employee that has to escort you to wherever they're going to escort you to, you pissed them off because now that's a kink in their day. And the guys that now have to don hazmat suits, going in with dustbusters looking like Darth Vader from Back to the Future.
But what is the one cool thing, though? Because you told me that the other day.
Oh, I'm getting there.
Yeah. Because I want to hear it. You have to tell them.
All those people, you've just really screwed up their day. And when they go in looking like Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan out of Back to the Future, they're not just carrying their dustbusters. They're carrying a black light. Do you know why they're carrying a black light? Let me tell you why they're carrying a black light. They're carrying a black light because human ashes glow under a black light. And they glow pink.
Isn't that cute?
Isn't that neat?
That is adorable.
Yeah. But, I mean, is that really how you wanted Great Aunt Griselda to wind up in a dustbuster?
I mean, it's kind of funny. I mean, it's stupid,
It's stupid. But it's funny,
Time to clean up the bodies. That's so horrible.
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping. Oh, no. Housekeeping. Housekeeping.
Oh, God.
Cool whip. Sorry.
Cool whip.
You have to whip. Cool whip.
Why are you saying it like that? Oh, my God.
Because there's a fucking H in it. Just like Herb. I'm sorry.
You have to tell that story now.
Because there's a fucking H in it.
About Herb.
Herb.
Oh, you told me you saw that TikTok or whatever.
Which one?
About why do you say it that way? The English guy.
Oh, yeah, because there's a fucking H in it. Like, so when they say, when the English say aluminum, because that's how we say it in the South, aluminum, they say aluminium.
Yes.
And they say, we say basil, they say basil. Eddie Izzard, if you watch Eddie Izzard, that's where I get this. And
Tomato.
Yes, but then there's herb. And Eddie Izzard says it best, and he's like, I say herb because there's a fucking H in it. And it's true. There's a goddamn H in it. You have to emphasize the fucking H. It's not a silent H. There's not a silent H. I mean, there is, but there isn't. You know what I mean? Just, it's a herb. It begins the goddamn word, therefore it can't be silent. It's herb. Herb.
I actually, that's funny. Last night I saw the funniest video, Rodney Carrington. I sent it to you. I don't know if you watched it or not. It's on YouTube. It's like 15 minutes of your life that you'll never get back. But it's Rodney Carrington talking about when he first met Toby Keith.
Nice.
And when they wrote the movie Beer for My Horses.
Mm-hmm.
It will make you pee.
I will watch it.
It will. It's on YouTube, and it's just Rodney Carrington. It's like a 15-minute video, and when he first met Toby Keith. I mean, it's really hysterical, but it's also kind of bittersweet now since Toby just passed. But I started watching this girl on YouTube. There's this thing. Did you know that there's a Disney college program?
Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that, and it's really interesting. I started following her. Her name is Olivia Simone. If you guys want to go check out some of her videos, she's the cutest thing you ever saw. She is the cutest thing you ever saw, and I'm going to go into some of the things on the next episode. I'm going to go into some of the things that she said, but I really have enjoyed watching her videos, and she actually talked last night on one of the videos I was watching her. She's talking about they have their own, because they have security, but they also have their own medical staff, like EMS type staff. And she actually had to call 911 once. And it's a whole ass process, because if you dial 911 from in the park, even if, like, I can pick up my cell phone, and if I was inside Walt Disney World right now and dialed 911, I would not get Orange County operator or whatever. I would get Disney services.
That's weird.
It routes to Disney because they're on scene. They're right there.
I don't like that.
And then if it's bad enough, they can go, so this guy's leg's cut off and he's bleeding to death. Could you send, like, real EMS guys? Thanks.
Yeah.
Whatever. But, yeah. But she talks about some of her worst days. She talks about, Karen's. Yeah.
I like Karen talk.
She did a couple of stints at, she was a character actor for a while. And she worked in hospitality not hospitality, but retail for a while. And some of the stories that they tell that and we'll get into that in the next episode, but it's like, holy crap, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking kidding me right now kind of shit. And, like this one guy, and I don't have it in my notes, so I'm going to talk about it right now. This one guy's talking about, he worked in a gift shop just outside the Indiana Jones ride. And a big old group of parents, a big old group of kids came in. Their parents weren't watching them or anything. And they all come running in, and they all grabbed those swords out. They have, the big barrels, and they grabbed swords. And they were play fighting each other, whatever, and then they turned on him and his coworker, and they were play fighting them. And they can't say, you have to stop that. You can't do that. They have to be nothing but courteous and polite. So they literally had to stand there and let them kids just beat the crap out of them with them swords.
Yeah, see, I'd drop kick a kid so fast, I would not be in a play. Like, you hit me with like a plastic sword. I
don't know how plastic they were, because dude said that whenever it was all said and done with, they had several cuts and bruises all over their arms.
Yeah, see, that's melee weapons. Sorry. Like, come at me with a melee weapon, all bets are off.
You
like,
want some melee?
Full Skyrim. But, like, if you know, you know.
Completely aside from Disney, but in Florida.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of this thing called Swamp Fest? Fun.
What's Swamp Fest?
Once a year, apparently, a whole bunch of Florida rednecks get together. And it's exactly as interesting as you might think. So, I watch Adam the Woo all the time on YouTube. He amuses me, don't ask. He went to Swamp Fest. They literally are, there was a giant pit of muddy water, and they were, like, jumping bikes. They had a rail slide set up, and then seeing how far they can, and not just bicycles, anything, themselves, lawnmowers, anything as far as they could slide along the rail and fall over. It gets better.
Florida rednecks are just...
They deteriorate from all the events. They deteriorate into just shooting at each other with mortar fireworks.
Nice.
And then when the whole event is over, they just burn every fucking thing down.
You see, it just... Florida's different. They're not like... Their rednecks are not like Texas rednecks. Like, we have a line. We don't do things that give us worms.
There's a sign.
We don't shoot each other.
That says, if you pass beyond this point, you are not a spectator. You are considered a participant. You also, to go to this event, have to sign a waiver.
Yeah, fuck that.
If you get hurt, too fucking bad. If you lose an eye because somebody shot a bottle rocket at you, that's not our fault. You chose to come here.
It's just... I can't.
Florida. It's the Florida of it all. If you... I know it's hard for you to get spare minutes to watch all this stuff I tell you about. But if you ever get a spare chance, just just go on YouTube and look up Swamp Fest.
Swamp Fest. I will look up Swamp Fest.
Because like...
They're a whole different breed over there. I've been to Florida. It's different.
I lived there for a hot minute.
It's different. I lived in Miami for a little bit.
So did I, but not Florida.
Yeah, and I lived in Miami, Florida. No, not the other.
I have to, let me clarify. I lived in Miami.
Miami. And then I lived in Key West for a little bit.
The Golden Girls did not live in Miami. They were some lying-ass bitches.
No,
that house is in Hollywood.
Yeah. Was it really?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's Hollywood proper, but it is in Studio City, maybe.
But that's the one. It's not an earworm, but it's like an eye worm. Like, I see that house, and in my head I hear, do 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 do. You know, the little intro to the next scene.
Thank you for being.
I like that too. Yeah, I love me some Golden Girls. That Rose, she's funny. The Blanche is a slut.
OMG.
What?
I have to show you. I screenshotted this stuff to show you. We are still rolling, and it is great, and all of that. We're going to wrap up here in a minute, but you know we always wind up vamping. This...
Please do not feed the horse drugs. Nice. You see my sign over there, right? Please don't do coke in the bathroom.
Yeah, I've seen that one. This one is even better.
Shut your cock washer before I slap the dick off your... That's messed up. Man, now we're never going to get monetized.
I saw those on Facebook.
You know I read out loud.
I screenshotted those from Facebook. Oh, the rabbit holes that we go down. So that kind of comes to the end of our notes for today. It's only was about 30 minutes longer than, but I didn't want to run out of, where is my, damn, there it is. I didn't want to run out of time.
Yeah.
In the other segment, so we just resegmented it. I'm going to have segments on here too, because that first little clip I got to add in there. So anyway, there's that. That is our first episode, diving down the dark Disney hole.
Yeah, thug life.
All day.
All day.
Every day.
Mm-hmm.
And twice on Sunday.
Word to your mother. Yeah.
Your mama's so fat. When that bitch said around the house, she said around the house.
But she is though. But she is fat. She's a very large woman. And so she is so fat.
Your mama's so big when she back up and go boop, boop.
Your mama is so hairy. Biff would be taking a picture of her.
Oh, I know you probably didn't see my TikTok yet. Did you know? I've made the official announcement. I let him know that Bigfoot's our moderator.
Nice. I call him Squatchy Poop.
Big of the foot.
I love the Squatch.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He is pretty cool.
That's
pretty
my
cool.
dog.
Yo.
Word to your mother.
And your father. I don't know.
We're thugs.
Well,
yeah,
we're something.
Well, we're trying to figure out how to cool way to end a video because it's our first video, and we're just like, bye, bitches. That's what I should do. Beavis and Butthead, shut up. Hey, Beavis.
So this, I guess this really does come to an end. Our very first YouTube video.
Next time I'll have my face on. Actually, next time I'll probably do doing my face.
Actually, you probably won't, because we'll probably go and record our next episode.
Motherfucker.
Or you might be doing your face while we're recording our next
I am
episode.
not. Girl, I have 3-day-old pajamas. Did ask.
Eating 2-week-old unrefrigerated pie.
Pie.
Dumb ways to die. That's it. Goodbye. That's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We love you so much. As always, we want you to join in the conversation. You can always email us at,
The spookiness of it all at gmail.com.
as well as the fact that you can catch me on TikTok at Michelle Santo, MichellEssanto.
And Chainsaw Dolly at TikTok from me.
Plus, you can always listen to us on Spotify for podcasters, and we have 3 new ones. What are they?
Amazon Music. iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio.
And, oh shit, help me here.
Audible. Hells to the yeah. So, don't forget, drop us a comment down below. Email us, listen to us, spread the joy. We love y'all so much. Thanks for listening. See you next time.
Bye, bitches.
Bye, bitches.